Good morning, Aries. So it's pre-dawn. This is for Aries and lightning, because last night is the biggest storm I've ever seen in my life, and so I can't ignore that symbol. The sky was lit up in almost every direction. It was relatively frightening to put your head out the window, even a tiny bit. So for those people attracted by that symbol and the Aries, this is a timeless collective reading, and we're going to do 78 Degrees of Wisdom, Celtic Cross, based on the one that Rachel Pollock has in her book, The 78 Degrees of Wisdom. So let's dive straight in. The sun will be coming up over those clouds in the background quite soon. I wonder what we've got in shot. Yeah, let's see. So, the interior of those turning up for this collective timeless reading, Aries and lightning bolt. Aries and lightning bolt. There we go, the moon. And how is that making them act in the outside? How does that make Aries and lightning bolt act on the outside? The Tower. Gosh, there's some lightning for you. And the basis of the situation. Four of Pentacles. And something that happened in the recent past. Temperance. And a potential outcome. Lovely, the Ace of Coins. And something for the near future. Those two flipped and then turned back. It's the Six of Cups and the Seven of Wands. And the attitude of Aries and lightning people. Seven of Swords. It was sticking out. I just want to see if there's anything else. Anything else? Is that it? Seven of Swords. Oh, Five of Swords. Yeah, I think that's it. And their environment. The Knight of Swords. God, quite a punchy energy you've got going on here. And hopes and fears, please. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. The Eight of Pentacles. And an outcome, please. An outcome. An outcome. An outcome. The Aries and the lightning bolt people. Whoa. So we've got the High Priestess and the King of Cups face upwards, and then a whole pack of cards underneath them. The Page of Swords, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. I'm going to take it. What punchy energy. So, all court cards and a major for your outcome. Wow. I'm not sure I've ever had that. And it feels a little excessive, but something tells me to take it. So it's quite difficult to read these because I'm having to perch them all on the top of my rucksack, which I brought everything down in, because it's very wet still, even though it's a ceramic bench and I've remembered to bring some paper to dust it off, to wipe it off. I don't want to it's very damp, I don't want to risk running the cards. So I'm putting your outcome up there, spreading it out a bit so I can see this incredible court card mix. So, we should have 10 cards on the table. We actually have 12, 14, 16 cards. And from those, we have 4 majors and an awful lot of court cards, as mentioned. No, 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. 4 major arcana cards. Oh, it's raining. We can't have that. You see, or was that just a gust of wind? I think it was just a gust of wind. And look at those. I'm going to look. If I look in that direction, you should be able to see the clouds behind. They're very bobbly and beautiful, coming up over the horizon, and some mist in the foreground. I hope that focuses a bit. Anyway, which bit do you have? Do you have the sun? Yeah, you've got the sun. I want you to see it when it comes. So, in the court cards, we have represented 3 of the swords, 3 of the swords with another minor sword, so that's 5 on the table. And we have a cup, a wand, and a pentacle with those. And we've got 2 pentacles, 2 cups, 4 pentacles. This is about how you make your money. I think this is about how you make your money and how you manage your money and your resources and your sense of sort of safety in the world, because we've got this character in the basis of the reading. Do I need to clean the screen? No, I think it's all right. I've got a very sort of greasy, lovely thick skin cream on, so I've got quite a sheen on today. Right. Let's dive in. So we've got 15, the 18, 16. So in your interior world, the moon, I'm not entirely surprised, Aries and lightning people, because there's a lot of feverish activity and people to contend with and a sense of busyness. And so let me see what I'm saying here. We've got the 2 pillars and the yods that come down from this eclipse moon. Now, as this is a timeless reading, but as of recording this, we're coming up to eclipse season in the autumn. And that people always say eclipses, I'm not an astrologer, but people always talk about it eclipsing things out of your life. There will be many more nuances to it than that. But it's just a note that might have something to do with it, because you might be operating under the sort of guidance of those kind of energies. And I'm looking at this tiny little patch of land above the fox's tail, in between the fox's tail and, and the pillar. And it's sort of, it's a somewhere, that's what it looks like. So it's on the bank of grass that these characters, the fox and the dog are on. But it seems like a sort of, it feels like a no man's land. That's how it's kind of appearing to me. That's the phrase I'm hearing in my ear. So, because it's not quite grass and it's not quite the mountains beyond, these 2 different territories, it's a sort of mixture of both. So it's as if that tells me that you're kind of halfway between leaving an old situation or sort of moving on mentally from something to follow that path. And the question of the moon is, have you have you allied both of this wild part of your nature and the tame part of your nature? Or are you operating from one or other of them? They look pretty friendly to me today. So maybe you're using both your sort of unconscious drives and your instinctive behaviour and your learnt behaviour, your civilised behaviour to get you up to that path. And today I'm really looking at these little sentry holes at the top of the pillars. I've never really looked at those before. It's almost like there are people watching you from up there. That's never occurred to me before. How strange. They remind me of lookout posts. So, lookout posts, what are you looking out for? What have you been sort of scanning your horizons for? What is the thing that you need to be alert for, or what opportunity are you looking for? Or yeah, it's interesting. But they also are reminding me of this tower that we're going to go to. My boyfriend and I are going to a beautiful vineyard nearby in the next couple of days to celebrate a birthday of a friend of ours. And they've just restored a tower. Okay, I think this is relevant because you've got the tower here as well. And these look a bit like the tower now that I'm seeing them together. Because this is your external attitude. And these towers here, the two of them. And they've just restored a tower. I mean, it was no small job, and it's absolutely incredible when you get to the top. The view that you get over this landscape is so phenomenal. It sort of takes your breath away. You've got 360-degree views, and you climb up and up and up over several floors. And then you can look, and it's very calming, and you can see the lay of the land. So there's some suggestion of that kind of energy, of you feeling that things are a bit murky like they are with the moon, because the moon often indicates not quite knowing where we're going, having to be informed by this crayfish that's climbing out of our unconscious, like trying to get to what 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 we need to mine the unconscious for in order to move to our next direction up that path through those pillars. But I'm seeing them as lookout posts, which I've never seen before. So that tells me all sort of places to survey. Have to be a bit careful with the camera if it is really going to rain. And the cards. No, come on, move on, move on. Strange, these little sort of flurries of, they're like kind of tears. Or maybe they're like yods. Maybe they're like yods of blessings. Because it's interesting, through these murky times, we do get given blessings. So through these times of introspection and uncertainty, there's a lot to be mindful, to be taken from the experience, which is why artists always love this card, because anyone who's creating needs to get into the unconscious, because that's a very compelling place to find our subject matter, and also to investigate things that other people don't want to look at. So there's something in that. You're looking in a place that other people don't feel comfortable, and it's almost like you're looking with both parts of yourself, because one tower is near the dog and one is near the wild fox. You're really able to reside in this place and make the most of it. You don't mind it. And by staying there, you get a better view of the landscape. Interesting. So that's you internally. And what is the crayfish? What is the crayfish trying to tell us? I'm not sure. I saw a crayfish once in Hampstead. It was so strange. It was so strange because it's so crab-like, and you don't expect to see them in a pond. It was crawling out just like this on the side. I can't remember what was going on in my life at the time. Maybe it was a message that I completely missed. Right. So here in the tower, which is how you're acting in the outside, we have 3 windows, not 2. And it is a similar structure, although these are very firmly planted in the earth, okay, and they're secure, and they're working for what they're meant to be. And here, this has been built on a ridiculous foundation. So, and there you go, lightning people, there's your lightning. And the lightning, it's a bit like that image I was saying of me at the beginning, looking out of the window and feeling a bit nervous. And actually it was because I was holding my phone and trying to video it, and my boyfriend kept saying, that's going to attract the lightning, be careful, be careful. And so I was sort of, in fact I put it down pretty quickly because it was around us, just all around us. We were in this crazy maelstrom, the trees, all these trees that were here, and all the olive trees were sort of moving around wildly. It's good to see everything still standing this morning. But this sense of this is how you're acting. 3 windows, 3 different perspectives. If we're taking that lookout tower, 3 different perspectives that are inaccurate, that you're, from your deep unconscious mining of your mind, of inquiry, you're beginning to realise from your higher vantage, even though you're under the moonlight, you can see a whole different story emerging. And sounds a lot like a lot of rain coming. I think it is. There's the sun. Let's have a little peek at it. Wonder whether we can get away with it or not. It's very set in. It's very set in. I'm not sure. We might relocate to the shed. Let's see. It's not getting us yet. I'm going to carry on. So these 3 perspectives that have got fire coming out of them. And it's a very fiery. This fire is started by a lightning bolt, and the lightning illuminates in the night, doesn't it? It's sort of like that's what we were watching. I was just like unbelievable moments, flashes of insight given by this lightning, these kind of wild views, sort of unbelievable photographs almost of this insane nighttime environment and these trees being blown all over the place. But almost so much that you can't quite see because they're coming and going like strobes. It's really, really... People, we will be back, but I don't think this is safe for the camera. Are you going to stop, rain? No, it's not. Okay, I'm going to go to the shed. I need to get the key.